All right. Sorry, guys. I haven't. Oh, yeah. Because it's live, man. You never know what's gonna happen. Sorry, guys. Yeah, definitely had a little bit of a technical difficulty. What's good, great people? I am Ezel Moon, and I have a special guest in the building today. Tonight's guest is someone whose presence already tells a story before she even speaks. Her brand carries a message a lot of people are still trying to figure out for themselves: how to move through this life with confidence, intention, and authenticity without losing who you are in the process. She has created a space that feels natural, stylish, thoughtful, and real, with events like Read Between the Rhymes. And what makes that powerful is that behind every effortless image, every link up, every funny post that goes viral is usually a very intentional journey. Tonight, we're going beyond what people see online and talking about the mindset, the lessons, the pivots, and the person behind the brand. Please help me in welcoming the Steffortlessly Stephanie Lee. Hey, mom.
Hey,
Sorry,
we go by Steffortless. I'm very well. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Sorry about that. I literally my tongue decided to get a little bit nervous due to the fact that we're currently dealing with technical difficulties. But you know what, man? We're gonna power through and keep this thing on roll.
We're here.
We here. We are here. So with that being said, first off, how you feeling?
I'm feeling very grateful and blessed. I cannot complain. How about you?
Man, you know what? Honestly, I'm good. I'm actually, I'm feeling like no matter what, that because of the fact that I mean, I've been on stage, I've done this before, and I've been able to, transition in the times that, hey, you know what, this is still going to be an amazing sit down, especially with you.
Um,
So, tell me, Steffortless. What does that word mean, beyond the branding?
Before we get into that, I need you to open my sound. You have music in the background
Do I have music in the background?
you have music in the background.
Oh, no, we don't even, I wish.
Oh, now it went away. Okay, cool. So can you repeat that question again for me?
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, your name is Steffortless. What does that word really mean to you beyond the branding?
So it's a combination of my name and the word effortless. And what it is that people feel like it's supposed to be perfection, it's supposed to be this and that, but it's not really about making things look easy as much as it is about um, really taking pride in my craft in a way where it looks seamless. And it's like a juxtaposition because there's so much work that goes into this. And so when it finally is displayed, I like to make it look like it took nothing. So
Okay. What part of you, of who you are, took the longest to become comfortable showing publicly?
I would have to say, as a poet, we're very sensitive about our craft, very sensitive about our shit in general. And I really do feel like my depth. A lot of people see the surface level. They look at the beauty, they look at the talent, but there is a poet in here that craves safe spaces to be vulnerable. And so just showing my vulnerability, showing people that there's layers to me and there's more to what they see online, and there's feelings and deep processes.
What is a safe space to you? Like, you know, everyone has their own idea of a safe space. What does a safe space to you look like?
A safe space is a place that doesn't feel is it. There's no presence of judgment.
Hmm.
There is no criticism that doesn't have love attached to it. You know, I feel like if you're going to critique me, you either have to know me or you have to have some type of love attached to that critique in order for me to receive it well. And so, safe spaces can also include having just making sure that the people around mean well before you decide to show any type of vulnerability.
Now that I can definitely respect. I mean, especially with that, you know, critique with love attached. But how do you, you know, how do you judge, you know, take someone who is getting to know you and say that, oh, okay, I can tell from their words that, hey, this person is coming from a place of love and not a place of, you know, really finely veiled sarcasm, or you know what I mean? Like, how are you able to discern that?
Well, I like to call it my bullshit meter, right? But if we're gonna be a little more technical, it's just intuition. I could really feel it in my stomach when somebody's intentions are not for my best interest, and that they're coming from a place of either lack or ego or jealousy. I could automatically feel it, and it just makes me laugh because it's like, oh, I see you.
I can feel it in the air. I feel
Yeah.
you. I feel you.
Doo-doo-doo.
Oh, oh my God. All right. I wanna, you
Blow
know,
my this big ass mug, okay? Yes, it looks big, but it's not as heavy as look. I promise.
I don't know, man. I would not be able to tell. That mug is huge. Like, she
Well,
got
like,
a, she got a, she said, listen, let me go ahead and get this bowl and attach a handle to it, and I'm gonna just deal with it like that.
that's
That's a
exactly
cereal
what
mug. Oh, if only if someone like only knew you right from social media, you know what I'm saying, not your other interviews that you've done, not anything else, but just specifically social media, right? What would they completely misunderstand about you? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I when I first like was looking at your content, I was like, wow, she really is embracing, you know, being older, because there's a lot of grandma like, oh, and what this gonna look like for me in the year 2055 or 2065. I'm like, okay, go ahead and embrace that.
So for me, it's a mixture of transparency
Mhm.
as well as I would say intelligence
Right.
overall. I feel like when you're an attractive person, you get misconstrued as being somebody who lacks intelligence for some reason. And I consider myself a genius. So that's something that a lot of people just they don't automatically see when they see me.
I mean, you are a genius.
Yes.
You very, very, very much so are.
Thank you.
And so do you feel as if like the misunderstanding would be that, oh, okay, well, you know, she's funny, she's got the beauty, she's got the ability to deliver, you know, these hard-hitting words, but they won't understand like how genuine of an actual, like how smart and how altruistic you actually are.
Yes.
Got you. I got you. I got you. Before people knew your name, what season of life shaped you the most?
I would say the most ghetto hood I've ever been to, and that's motherhood.
Not
Ghetto.
not
Very
not
much
motherhood.
cold chicken nuggets, cold pizza, late nights with a sneezing, coughing kid. Those ain't no hood like motherhood, and so I feel like that is because I feel like I like to now in this season of my life. I like to put the woman in me first because I have more wisdom. But in that season of my life, I was putting being a mother first because I'm like, child everything. But then I realized later on in life that I needed to pour into me as a mother, and that there was things that I needed to feel whole in order to be more present and happy for my son, because he don't want a perfect mom. So he just wants somebody that's happy and that's showing up every day, um, willing to be someone that's giving guidance as well as love.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, what was your weirdest craving like when you were pregnant?
Oh man, that's okay. So it's crazy. This was straight on my head because this was just a conversation I had the other day with my pops, and it was like, you remember the butter incident? And I was like, oh my goodness. So I asked my son's father for a specific thing. I was in the hospital visiting another relative that was there, and I was huge. Okay.
Mhm.
And you couldn't see from the back. I looked like a little slim thing, but as soon as I turned around, it was a big old belly in the back. In the front. And so very, very much pregnant. And I was like, listen, I need a decaf coffee, and I need for you to give me a butter roll from Wawa's. I don't know if you know about Wawa.
I oh trust me. I mean, listen. I love man.
Mhm.
Hold on. Do I know about Wawa? I love Wawas, man. In real life, that's the one thing that I was like, bro. If they bring it down south, that's when I'm moving back to Texas, bro. They gotta
Yeah,
take it to Texas. They
it's a game changer. Wawa is everything, especially late night. Yeah.
come on, man. With the especially when they got the cinnamon twist. You know what I'm talking about? Like the little cinnamon man, dog.
Might be entering the level of big bakery that I have not yet reached, but
Listen, I'm telling you, you gotta get that with the Ben and Jerry's caramel cone and some pretzels, bruh. Anyway, my bad. I'm sorry. Continue.
yeah,
I apologize. My
I
apologies.
get the Wawa passion. I identify because yeah, I got my things that I like from Wawa too. And so when I was like, look, let me get this decaf coffee. We're not gonna make the baby go crazy with
Right,
caffeine.
right.
Saying this the the 6-inch rolls that they
Mm-hmm.
toast with butter. The thing about me is that I'm very non-dairy. I don't like too much dairy. So it's like if I'm into butter, it's gonna be very nostalgic, a very light amount.
Right.
So I specified that to him. I said I need light butter. This man, I don't know if he went to every Wawa and asked them for their butter reserves, but every single, like the whole entire supply of Wawa butter was on this roll. And when I opened it, I was like, "There's so much butter!" And I closed it right there. I ain't throw it at nobody, but I threw it. I was like, "No, I can't." Like the one thing that I needed from you, you couldn't do it for me. I'm done. So yeah, it was a toasted butter roll from Wawa.
Toasted butter roll from Wawa's, and oh my god, bro. How's it? So how's your pops?
So how's my pops as far as
Oh, just life. Like, how's he doing? You said you was talking to him recently, so I'm like, I always love a good, you know what I'm saying, oh yeah, my pops and I, we, how's he doing? That's
He's
all.
doing well. He's doing well. He's a very. I mean, people see me and think I'm unserious. He is one of the most unserious adults you will ever come to,
You,
and I love him so much for that.
you feel like you got more of your, your traits from him or your mother, especially when it comes to like your activism, your artistry. Where you feel like you pulled that from?
So I feel like they both sprinkled in a lot of both. Both have always been very community based, very uh, fight the power, if you will. Just identifying injustices and speaking out against, encouraging us to speak out against it as well. So I would say that there's just a nice smooth mix, a nice smooth combination. They had the flick of the wrist when they was, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
I'm great.
yeah. Gotta have that whip gang.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know. Um, I did have. I'm sorry. I know I jumped off the list of questions that I had, but I mean, I'm always gonna have something for you because even in that, I wonder, what has been like the an event, right, that really just stirred, something inside of you that says, bro, I gotta get out there and go help these people. I have to.
I wouldn't honestly. They've always kind of like made me out to be like a little lawyer, you know,
Mm,
on court support. So I wouldn't even say that it was a an event that was outward. I had things that reached people in my life personally, whether it was whether it was strategized jail time or mistreatment behind the cells, thinking that people are just that they can fall through holes in cracks in the ground when they have representation. So I've always been court support for as long as I can remember for just community that's close to me. Bigger things have happened and I've lent my energy and my time to those things as well. But to me, what's most important is taking care of what's next to you. Don't wait till something gets so sensationalized that you're like, oh, now I'm outside putting my fist up behind this big car that just exploded. I'm doing the work. Like the work doesn't look glamorous. The work looks like hoarseness. The work looks like crying because somebody's baby you hugging a mother whose child was taken unnecessarily. And so that's the ugly side of things that people don't want to lean into as much as the glamorous.
amen. Amen to that. I want to jump back into your personal journey. Was there a moment where you realized, I'm not becoming who people expected. I'm becoming who I actually am.
Yes. And then I wrote this book called 111 Ways to Become a Softer Woman as a result
Mm.
of that moment where I was like, hold on. They say the toughest men in New York are women from the Bronx. And so, yeah, you heard that right. You heard that right.
I actually have heard that statement. That's the
Wait,
wildest part.
I seen the confusion. Look, let me break it down. The women where I come from they are made to be very strong women, especially having, I mean, partially NYC, partially Florida. It's women of color in general. The women that I've been raised around are just very strong-minded women who have been forced to provide as a result of a system that tries to convince them that they don't need men to be there or they don't need a counterpart. Doesn't necessarily mean men love who you love, but they don't need a balance in the household where there's two people that's going to construct a family that's strong, right? They don't want that to happen. They want to do the opposite. They want to inflict certain things to dismantle our families because they know how strong our families can be. So I hope that answered your question.
It does, but it also reminds me that I've definitely fallen in love with a woman that was from New York before, and I um I was reminded that, like, oh wow, like this the amount of strength needed um to be that it's amazing. It's on another scale. I do say this though, for you with your years of experience being a strong woman, knowing other strong women, is it worth it to be that strong in 2026 and moving forward?
Your question is interesting because is it worth it to have strength?
Yes. Like, is it worth it to, like, and that's not because if a man, if I'm sitting on it right now with a man, I would ask him, is it worth it to be as strong as we have to be now? Because it seems as if, like, well, the reason for our strength is to protect ourselves and others, right? But who's protecting us? You know what I mean? Like, it seems like everybody steps into these shoes of, like, I have to be the one. I have to be not just the bridge builder. I have to be the one that actually holds the bridge up. I have to be the one to make sure that everyone walks across it, and I wonder, is it worth it to have so much strength in this day and age?
I'm feeling like you're referring to like the superhero complex, in which case where a person necessarily like volunteers for the back burner and doesn't know how to delegate properly. So yes, I've been in a situation where I've volunteered myself for the back burner, culturally, Caribbean culture, women are raised to just put themselves last for the betterment of their family. And so your question is, if I'm understanding correctly, is it worth it to be strong? You have to identify what strong is as you evolve, because being someone who doesn't know how to delegate is not strength. Being someone who doesn't know how to show vulnerability is not strength. Being someone who's just leaning into ego and not into the betterment of themselves, that's not strength. That is a superhero complex that's disguised as strength. I have to save everybody type of thing, and I don't think that's strength.
That is, I appreciate that way more than you know. What did you? Is there any things that you had to unlearn, to become the woman that you are now?
Absolutely. Poverty mindset, and I'm still working on it. That I did not come from. I came from absolutely. I say all these kids be like, I got it out the mud. I very much in my very much. I'm still kind of scraping a little bit off my body as we speak, but that's why we use rags.
Yeah.
I'm in a space where I need to stop saying things to myself like, I won't be able to. That's like something that's almost unattainable. But even energetically speaking, maybe it's not a full thought, but it's an energy that I have surrounding finances or surrounding this, and it's just due to the lack of representation where financial literacy and financial success wasn't being seen anywhere. I was first generation serial entrepreneur. So that in itself is like, okay, we don't have Chad in accounting. We don't have this, we don't who am I going to look at when I get to this next upper echelon, when I get to this next level financially? I really got to go out of my people to find this, it feels like. And that feels unsafe. So it's like you've been in this place, but this place has only been able to guide you but so far. And then now you have to refer back to what you knew. Factory reset is, we didn't have shit. So you're here for the first time doing the first trial, so that way everybody who comes behind you doesn't have to, you can learn it so you can bring it back to everybody like, hey, I got it. There's leaves in my hair and I look a little messed up, but I came back with something, and that's what it's about for me.
Amen to that one. Amen to that one. We have to take a quick commercial break. And I'll just give me 1 second. Like I said, we just literally trying to. All right. Okay, cool. Yep. So we do have to take a quick commercial break. And we'll be right back with more questions for the Steffortless. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Commercial.
Commercial.
WSAN Radio, the soul of America and beyond. Join DJ Ron G and the WSAN crew every day for the Ron G Morning Show, Funk Friday, and Gospel Brunch Sunday. From local heroes to national guests, WSAN Radio connects you to the pulse of our community. One song, one story, one soul at a time. WSAN Radio, where music, motivation, and movement come together. Streaming live, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and WSANradio.com.
Got me together with this two-piece. It's the good leggings, no see-through business.
And we are back. Waiting for Mr. Moon to show up, pull up. There he is. Mr. Moon, you okay? You muted, sir.
All right. Are we good?
All right. You good?
All
Good.
right.
I lost you there for a minute, brother. I was like, oh. I
Listen,
was like, you got all the questions.
I
Whoa, whoa,
definitely
whoa.
do. I
Yes.
definitely do.
I
I
would bring the
definitely
guests up,
do.
but I'm gonna go back and doing my job. You making me over here sweat bullets, sir. Don't
Listen,
disappear on
man,
this.
hey,
Here's the
I can't. I was over here wondering what happened to my video. I said, oh, okay. Look,
man. This
look,
guy giving
we
me
gonna
gray hair
make it.
today. You take care of him. We gonna make it.
I
All right.
got you. I got you. Thank you so much for tuning back in. We are back. How you feeling so far? You good?
Feeling good.
That's a blessing. That's a blessing. I wanna thank you again so much for rocking with us. Um, a lot of people look effortless on the outside while carrying pressure privately. What has been heavy for you that people just never see?
Oh, goodness gracious. That's an interesting question. And there's a few aspects to that. I'm very much a provider behind the scenes. I'm a provider. I take care of my family. I'm a caregiver in different capacities. And a lot of people don't see how much I take care of people and how much goes into my day. And a lot of people often, you see a lot of people often like volunteer your free time for things like, oh, if I see, she says she's not free, but I see, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't realize how much of my time is actually already taken.
Right.
So many aspects of life. Another thing is I've dealt with a lot of loss in my life, and that's not something that I'm very public about. I'm actually very private about a lot of different things. But the things that I do share are the things that I get through and grow through in the hopes that it will help others to grow through them as well.
You know, it's understandable to definitely be private when it comes to processing different things in this life. What are your thoughts about people who grieve out loud?
So my thoughts about people who grieve out loud is that they don't have a safe space to grieve that's close. Either
Mm,
have a safe space to grieve that's close, or they want attention, because and maybe that's just my perspective as a private person, because I'm like, you want somebody to like to ask you what's wrong. i'm just I'm just a person that I don't throw pity parties and I don't attend them. If
mm,
you want something that's actionable and that's gonna help you to progress in a way that helps you in life, I could do that for you. But attend your pity party, absolutely not. You need a hug, I got you. But to like for me to see that you online, like it's you, it can't always be everybody else. Like your character weak or something.
yo,
Like,
the Bronx is in the building, y'all. I just want y'all to know that. Like the Bronx is here. Like
all right.
BX is here, yo. Um, no, I definitely can understand that, but I will say this as somebody who used to have my own little pity party virtually. I definitely can agree with you on one thing that you said in there that was very true. Sometimes people don't have a safe space that's close to greed, you know, especially when you deal with other people who have not had safe spaces to grieve, or they were boxed into like, oh hey, you can only be sad from here to here. After that, dog, that's it. You gotta cut that out. Like, what's going on with you? Like, so I want, I'm 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 understanding. I'm very much so understanding.
I think people misinterpret that though. I don't think it's that people want to rush your healing. Like you can
Right.
only add from here to here. It's that you can only be helpless from here to here.
Mhm.
I don't think is that we don't want you to be sad. I think that we don't want you to go too far into that self-pity to where now you're thriving off of the attention that you're receiving because people are trying to be mindful or considerate of your situation. Now you milking it for what it's worth, is what we say back home. Like, you milking that shit, like you're dragging it.
Yeah, facts. That one, that verbiage, I definitely can understand. You are like you've been dragging it, my guy. You've dragged it for a while.
Yeah,
Um, let
you
me
know,
ask.
it's not like stop being sad. Like,
Right.
please be sad, but a lot of the problem is, and a lot of this the disconnect too, is that people don't know how to express sad, or they
Yes.
feel like expressing sad is too vulnerable for them, so that they turn sad into angry. And then so anger is, I've seen people yell at the top of their lungs, and I say one thing and then they crying in my shoulders. Like, oh, you just needed a hug. Okay, come here. You ain't even that mad. Come here.
Oh, oh, so cute.
Sometimes people just need that embrace.
Yeah. Talk to me about outgrowing a version of yourself and the people that were around you at one point struggling to accept that new version of you.
Oh, so I was. It's really beautiful that you asked this question after I just got through speaking about how sadness is translated into anger, because I utilized anger to communicate sadness in those times. I would be acting out or extra aggressive or extra frustrated or extra this or extra that because I was really fucking sad and I didn't know how to express that without while feeling safe in doing so. Because for the women in my family, it's like, oh, you sad, but you still gotta and you still gotta So pull yourself up by your bootstraps and put your big girl panties on and go out there and do what it is that you gotta do. And so for me, learning how to sit with my emotions and not feel like I had to outrun them or work them off. Cause it got to a point where I was like sitting there trying to work off some big feelings, and it was like, hey, no, not today. Ouch, this hurts, and we're gonna have to sit here for a second and process that. And it's hard because you want to shake it off. You want to move away from those feelings that are those sad feelings. And so for me, the growth came with not running away, not sprinting when things got too deep.
I think that I can definitely I mean I can identify with that. I feel like my sadness came out in anger, but I also recognize when my sadness would fuel, my empathy and have me, doing anything and everything to help everyone else around me so that I don't have to process or deal with my own, you know, uh feelings, you know.
Okay. You can
You
see me?
good?
Yep.
Huh?
I just flip real quick. We good?
Nah, we good, we good. We
All
got you.
right. I ain't fucked nothing up. Okay.
Like you got the mug. Where's the mug at? Show me the mug. Let me make sure you still got the mug. We got the cereal mug, y'all. We still good.
Got
We in this
cereal
thing.
mug, cereal and milk.
Okay.
Non-dairy,
Oh,
non-dairy though. Look at me when I tell you this. We're not supposed to drink milk beyond infancy, okay? Whoever's listening right now.
no facts.
Weird. I don't know what man on that side decided that it was gonna squeeze some cow titties. And they say, hey, let's give it to our young.
Hey, yo, shut the.
That's my dairy rant. That's it.
Oh, oh, snap! I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, there's somebody that I used to like really like have deep conversations with. The thing that she swore up and down that like cheese is an addiction. Like she said, like she swears by like yo. cheese is an actual addiction. Like, no, don't nobody really need cheese, but
No, it has everything. Everything has addictive additives in it because like they want to disorient us because it's easier to control us that way.
mm, I feel you. Let me ask you this. I want to just jump back into your mindset and thought process, which I've been really, really amazed by, how you've been able to expound on it. Um, what do you feel like, women are pressured to pretend about the most right now?
What do I feel that women are pressured to pretend about the most right now?
Yeah. For me, I can tell you for guys, I really believe it's the finances. I believe that every guy is supposed to, like be out here making everybody think that, oh, hey, I got it, and my pockets is filled, and I can cover it and do all that other good stuff. But on your end, what do you feel like it is for the woman?
Can you repeat that question?
Absolutely. What do you think women are pressured to pretend about the most right now?
That they are happy with themselves and their bodies. And the reason being is because confidence is the new thing that gets you clout. So you appear as you I feel like the most confidently appear like the women who appear the most confident are be the women who have the most insecurities. So it's like if I look like, you know what I'm saying? If I look like I'm insecure, that's the equivalent of bleeding in shark infested waters. People are going to try to take advantage of that. And so I feel like women are lying about how bad they feel, about how they look, about how they feel inside, just because of how the system has been weaponized against our wombs and our choices and freedom of even financial freedom in this space, because there's daycare is disproportionately high. So for a single woman with children, for them to be able to even provide and still come home and be present in the lives of their children, it's like, ooh, they're pretending like they don't need help. So
What type of energy do you protect yourself from now that you tolerated before?
people who like projects, people who yeah, people who are not whole and almost will like never be whole because they're almost like they're addicted to victimhood.
Mm.
They're addicted to not having it, accounting the negative. You know what I'm saying? The negative people who just they feel like they not shit and they feel like they'll never be shit. And at that point, it's like I used to be like, no, I promise you, you're something in this world. And they're like, no, I'm not shit. And I'm like, no, I promise you, like I can see the potential. Now, if somebody says I'm not shit, I'm like, you right.
Ha!
You sit your ain't shit ass over there though. You sit
Go
over
over
there.
there. Go over there
And
with that.
and wholeheartedly, I feel like they really have the potential to just be a star, major star power. If they just get out of their own fucking way, they'll be somebody that is amazing. But you cannot hold somebody else up to their potential. You got to take them for face value, and you can't believe them until they show you otherwise.
Let me ask. I want to go into just something that just a more a little bit on the philosophical side, right? If life removed everything external, titles, attention, appearance, success, what would still feel valuable?
Family, tribehood, whoever you deem as your tribe. That is your true wealth. Because when you come and you're war torn and you need a place to put your armor down, you got a place where there's gonna be a warm plate and some love and some affection, however it is that you deem to be You know, okay, so some people don't like to be touched. Maybe their form of affection is being fed, or maybe their form of affection is, a bouquet of roses. Whatever the case may be, when you come into a space where your tribe is, they know how to help you decompress if you are careful with who you make your tribe. So they can be somebody who helps you bypass or helps you along in a healing process that would have taken 6 months otherwise. Or they could be the people who just hold on to your feet while you're trying to drag forward. The dope thing about it is that you get to choose who it is that you get to choose who it is that you label as your tribe. And the importance of tribe just depends on your choice of the people you decide to make them that. You don't have to stay with your assigned family. If it ain't working, it ain't working. Cut their ass off. I don't care who it is. What Kendrick said? I cut my granny off if she don't see it like I see it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's all.
5 years from now, what do you hope people can say changed because you showed up as yourself?
That they were able to express themselves better. And that's my whole entire that's the whole entire premise behind Read Between the Rhymes. It was initially created just due to the times, just the political climate that we're in. It felt like a mission to create a safe space for Black and Brown expression. Now, don't get me wrong, Read Between the Rhymes is not excluding anyone, but we are a place for underprivileged voices to be able to express in a way that is powerful, in a way that's releasing, in a way that you can find community. Because, hey, maybe you express a problem. Maybe there's a therapist in the room. That's why we do upscale open mic, because it's like you look good. When you look good, you do good and you feel good. And so this is the environment that I'm curating for my community to be able to put that shit on, go into a space with other professionals that look like you, and show like, hey, it's cool to express. It's cool to be vulnerable. Maybe somebody in the audience is dealing with something that you're dealing with, and then you bond in that space and be able to find community. And so that's yes. I'm a mentor. I have a poetry and performance mentorship workshop where I meet with my mentees once a week, and we go over their new poems, or we go over their performances, contracts that they are potentially going to do, because we didn't have that. A lot of us, I don't want to speak for you, but a lot of us didn't have somebody to break it down and say, hey, this is how you interact. This is how you turn art artistry into professional artistry, and stuff like that. So I hope to navigate. I hope, or my hopes, or I know, not my hope, I know that in 5 years, a lot of people will attribute their just their overall artistic growth and expression to me, and that's beautiful.
I want to get into the goal of the show, the reason why I do this, and that is philanthropy. Garnering support from the audience and putting it towards a charity or nonprofit that you care about. What charity or nonprofit would you like to spotlight today? Give a shout out to. And
Youth Farm, Youth Farm is so dope. It's a youth-led nonprofit in South St. Pete, and in Florida, and it's focused on food access, youth development, community building. It's located on 1664 12th Street South, and it operates as a safe space. Another safe space is I love safe space. I'm a magnet for safe spaces. I love to be in them, and I love to provide them. And so this is a dope place where young people just learn agriculture, which is so important with the food crisis that's happening right now. Learning agriculture is empowering the community. It's empowering these children to say, hey, look, if there's a food crisis, look, I know how to plant this, I know how to plant that, I know how to do this. And not only that, but like entrepreneurship, leadership, life skills, growing produce for the community, making you feel like you're a part of something that's bigger than yourself. So and everything grown in the farm is actually given to residents free of charge. So it really does address a food insecurity in St. Pete. So
We love that. Hopefully, those who are underneath the sound of our voices, they are so moved by our conversation this evening that they will, whether it be their energy, their time, their effort, or even a monetary donation, they'll donate to St. Pete Youth Farm. I want to say thank you again so much for joining me this evening. Before we close out, we like to leave with words of wisdom for the next generation. So, what words of wisdom would you have for a new mother who is having a tumultuous time with her child's father?
Oh my goodness.
I-
that's that's very random. I don't even know what was
and
some questions. I don't even um can you ask me? I was thrown off guard by the. Can you ask me?
okay, what words of wisdom would you have for a new mother who is having a tumultuous time with her child's father?
Get a good lawyer. Get a good lawyer, sis. Keep calm and make sure the conversations on text messages is copacetic. Make sure you're not losing control of your emotions. Okay. Because you need to stay composed for this fight that you having in this tumultuousness. But aside from that, I would like to just say my own words of wisdom to just anybody.
Absolutely. Please, please, please.
My biggest thing is get out of your own fucking way.
Mm.
And I say that with so much love because there's been so many times in my life where I had everything that I needed to progress. And I was just refusing to break out of old patterns that just kept me in the same loop, cycling over and over and over again. And it didn't do shit but keep me where I was at. Definition of insanity: doing the same shit over and over again, expecting something else. And so I would say get out of your own way as soon as humanly possible, because you will begin to see that the universe or God or whoever your source is conspiring with you and not against you. So as soon as you get out of that victimhood, that victim mindset, as soon as you get out of your own way, you see how life just start handing you everything that you want, because now you have what you need to sustain it.
Man, we appreciate that, sincerely speaking. I just want you to know I'm speaking nothing but life, peace, blessings over you as you continue to move forward in your journey. I can't wait to come to read between the rhymes. Because I like I said, I'm a road tripper, so I would just drive down there off the strength, and just to be there to attend. So I envision nothing but success for you, and yeah, if you ever would like to come back to sit down on this platform ever again in the future, you are more than welcome. And
I'm
also,
walking back in the spot. Oh, shit.
yeah,
Hold on,
yeah,
let
I
me
mean, yeah, you
take off my shoes.
you you solid, like you solid, like through like the Bronx got another one, and and South Florida got another one as well. Like you are a top tier.
I appreciate that.
You
Thank
know
you
that.
that you're doing, because philanthropy through interview is powerful in itself. You are doing things in creative ways, inspiring other people to take the fight on in their own way that's still beneficial, that still brings light. Like I said in the beginning, to right into our background. So right into our backyard.
And I appreciate you, sincerely. Um, we're gonna go ahead and close. I'm gonna go ahead and close out the show. And yeah, man, I hope you have a blessed, amazing evening.
Likewise, thank you so much for having me.
Not a problem. You guys, if you don't know, you won't know. You know what I appreciate most is when someone reminds people that presence can be powerful without being loud, and authenticity still has room in a world full of performance. Thank you so much, Steph. Steffortless. Thank you so much for bringing your story, your perspective, and your genius here tonight. Tune in next Wednesday where we'll have another amazing guest. I'm Ezel Moon, and I appreciate y'all as an audience for tuning in, for sharing, for liking, for commenting. I do. See you next Wednesday. And oh my bad, I'm sorry, I gotta do the tag line. I'm Ezel Moon, y'all, and it's the night before my anniversary. Got the white jacket on. 15 years in the greatest fraternity known to man, the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, by way of the New Beta chapter at the University of Texas at Arlington. Yes, sir. 15 years in the gang. But yeah, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm Ezel Moon, and I'm not doing it unless it's fun and it helps people. Peace.